Yeah. Much respect. Peace, y'all. Fresh, never stale. It's the Daily Puff. I'm Higher X. Yo, we chilling out. We celebrating Hip Hop Appreciation Week 2024. The theme this year, of course, is graffiti. All week long, been popping on here at 4:20 Eastern Time to smoke some dope trees and share some dope graffiti-themed hip hop with y'all. Respect everyone who's been watching live and on the playback. Yesterday we concluded our watch of Style Wars documentary. You know what I'm saying? A hip-hop classic. Today we were going to go on with something different, but I think we're going to jump back to some of the extras from Style Wars, because there's definitely some value in the knowledge they kick. Yo, I'm looking at the digits on the clock. It's time I light up this crop, start puffing. You ain't gotta be blazing. This hip hop's dope enough. I hope you don't mind while I puff. Hey yo, if you are blazing though, hit me up in the chat. Let me know what's in your Buddha sack. You know what I'm saying? Fresh, never stale. WC. Peace to the WC crew. Hip hop don't stop, neither should you. Let's keep it moving, y'all.
By creating a film of this type, it's my personal and virtually undocumentable feeling that this is only going to, again, cause people to say, well, gee, look at that design. I can do better than that. And they're going to try. And that's what we don't want.
And that's why I'm letting you know now I feel the vibes. I know how this shit is with the program, but it don't pest me, you know what I'm saying? Because this shit is all over with through me, you know, and I don't want it to seem like in the show like I still do it or none of that. It's just that I was one of the older brothers from way back, maybe years ago, and just knew what was up with it, you know, so that way I would keep my reputation or reputation process real righteously right, you know. Even worry about it though, cause you know I don't even think about this no more, man. Cause you see how it look now anyway, right?
That's what I'm saying. Really we about do our thing,
that's
you know.
What I'm saying, you know.
Just don't let nobody know until they just see it for themselves.
You know, that's what I'm saying. When they see ours, our whole car is always crushing, you know. We was the monsters, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Always the kings of this line.
Stuff
man.
like this here, we won't have no problem, you know.
You know it.
Burning that up.
Word, man. They always came to me with paint, whatever, and say, yo, Case, man, hook me up, this and that, hook me up with style. I did it, I get them stuck. I had so much style from having so much spark of charisma, you know, wisdom and knowledge, plus understanding behind it, you know. You know, they came to me for style-wise, and I didn't mind generating my generosity, you know, so I did it. You know, I felt as though if I did this, it's like doing a good thing and favoritism to myself, as far as good luck-wise or whatever, you know. So I done it. See how I'm always doing my computers, right? Like connectors. And then you see how I got the smoothness camouflage, like? You see how A look like camouflage, real neat and dipping through there with the S and things. You know, that shows you the odd even, like, yeah.
Hey. There you go, the funds. Look at the funds. Word. There you go. The funds. Look at that nigga. That nigga love
And you know it's us, the Cold Crush.
You said something right there. That's right.
That's the main thing. Breaking too.
Yeah, B-boy. Yeah, B-boy, all that. Yeah, it come out like from, you know, from the streets, you know, people hanging out, they ain't got nothing to do. So I remember like before that hip hop stuff started out, you know, niggas banging on the mailbox, you know, like Hard Hands Barretto, you know Hard Hands Barretto? He's a Latin star now. He started out in the ghetto too, playing on garbage can stuff. Well, we used to bang on the mailbox, boom, bang, bang, you know, and start rhyming. And that's how Flash and all these niggas, you know, they come out to the park with a little DJ set, and now they on the radio and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And that's what, you know, us graffiti artists, now we trying to get up there, you know? good. We ain't getting nowhere, you know, but we getting a little recognition now, you know what I'm saying?
You know, so we stopped writing, that's why. And it's like, you know, we know our potential. We done got fame, you know, kicked the game and all type things. You know, it wasn't no thing. We just did it and got it over with, you know? That's all it was to it. Now we be about women, cash money and all type things, you know? And that's what
Oh, styles, I write the way I write. You know, I got my own style. That's all.
Where'd you get it?
I made it up.
But it looks something like other graffiti styles.
No, it looks like my style.
No, it looks like your style.
Cut. Ready?
So, John, where did you get your style?
I developed it, you know. I didn't get it from nobody.
Didn't you look at other graffiti?
Yeah, but just to read it, not to copy their style.
And these ridiculous fights that they have about somebody crossing them out, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, if you mess with us, yeah, of course. Nobody walks around with machine guns in their pockets. If you mess with us, just like regular people, you know, we're gonna defend ourselves, you know? And if you mess with us real, you know, we're gonna come looking for you and we're gonna get you too. We're gonna get you.
They're gonna film this fist fight that we're getting ready to have. Is that what it is?
I guess it's pretty much like anything I would do on a train, I would do on canvas or I choose to paint on. I'm still using spray paint. I'm still using like the same base technique as painting trains, just about. I think it's pretty much the same thing. It's just been scaled down much smaller. And this one's called Sands of York. It's so letter B. There's a painting under this that I went over that I did in 1980. I didn't actually like it. It was called I Love New York. So I decided to paint this over it. I like it much better now. I could scale down letters like pretty easy. You know, I did pieces probably almost this size on a train with Aaron. We're really doing like some real like small pieces. Like they look like they were like chiseled into the subways because the way they had the 3Ds going down and actually like way below the window. I have really no problem in scaling them down to canvas. Compared to like a piece on a train, this is like a miniature dude.
Okay, go ahead.
And this one, me and a fellow named Ramel Z did. This one is the armored letter E. And he sort of has his own beliefs about that. And why he arms letters. What, to arm a letter? Yeah. Just so it could defend itself, actually. Because he says the Christians put a Catholic symbol on the letter, and the only way to destroy a symbol is with a symbol. So in order to destroy a symbol, you have to arm a symbol. And he thinks by arming letters, this Christian symbol will be destroyed. I hate getting into Ramelzi's religion and shit. It's like too deep for me and shit. Ramelzi would smack me for even saying something like that, I think. This is an arrow, which is actually fires, and this is like some type of like maybe machine gun you would have. It actually shoots rays. And this thing is also like a machine gun. And this piece right here, this is like this like gauge or hinge. And this thing is supposed to actually do a full 360, so it could even like defend itself from behind or the side, or that whatever. If it was actual, you know, if it was real, this would be a weapon. This would be a tank, actually, as he would put it. And this particular letter would be able to defend itself from like writing graffiti on trains and like trying to take an art class. You know, it's like, well, I just couldn't do it. You know, I couldn't see myself doing it. So I never really took an art class. But then, okay, see, like, then there's like a graffiti, it's not really lore, but it's like if a dude's like using your style, you definitely know it, and like everyone else knows it, you know. But in art class, it seems like that's accepted or something, you know, to like use other people's ideas. I mean, mostly all the writers who write now have been busted once already, or twice, or what have you, you know. As before, like in old writers, like if you got busted, you just quit, you know. You didn't want to be out there like getting busted, you know. That was like, I mean, that was like, I mean, you didn't know the yard, or you just didn't know what you were doing or something, you know. If you got busted, and that's how like old writers look at it, actually.
Well, actually, my art teacher started me, although she didn't know it. She asked us to do a project dealing with graffiti on a train station wall or a truck or whatever. I gave it my best shot. And one day I was writing on a lunchroom table. A kid comes over to me, asking me what it was. I started bragging about the graffiti I was doing. Pulled out a pilot and showed me what real graffiti was all about. From that point on, I was just more intrigued by it. And then knowing it was like wrong to do, being a kid and all that, naturally you're inspired to do something secretive and against rules and regulations. There was always that mischievous thing about it, knowing that it was against rules and regulations, but still knowing you can get away with it secretively, and still gain recognition out of it. A lot of people didn't care for it, but there was a handful of people that still did, and those are the people that kept it alive. People like Cliff and Vinny and like Superstrut, Stem, T. I could go on forever like naming old names. It's like, you know, ask Blade. I mean, why does he still write? I mean, he's been writing longer than me, you know?
Bronx. It started like from around 183rd Street in Creston. Then like, you know, it was like there for around 2 years, 3 years, right? So like then they stopped breaking, right? So the prez of everybody, right? His name is Jimmy D. He told me to make a division in Manhattan. So then I made one over here. And like most of the people stopped from the Bronx already, but some of them are trying to come back now, you know, because they hear that people are making money doing it. I went to the Bronx and to a party. I met up with him after a long time. I asked him if I could use the name Rocksteady. And he said, yeah. So, but now I don't know where he's at. Disappeared. So for now, he left me in charge. And I started going all around, getting different people. And like certain people who've been working with me, you know, keeping things organized.
Master float master, they call him master float. And he taught me how to float, taught me pop locking, how to pop, move, roll, watch move. I just learned it about 2 weeks ago. I'm getting good about a minute.
Where did it come from?
California. Like LA.
Is that part of breaking?
Nah, it's like It's called electrical boogie. It's like the robot, but it's pop locking. You do a move and you like hold it, and you like move back, and then you start floating, and you come back. You stop, do lean or something, and you just float and stop, and then you pop. And when you pop, you lock it, you hold it there.
I learned from him, and we had another guy in our crew that used to do it, but he's no longer with us, so I just learned from him. And once you get to know, it's easy. This guy's called Mr. Freeze. He's from Paris.
And everything pretty is getting dogged. Have you seen that?
Well, you're proving right here that at Graffiti Productions that going over people is not the only way to get fame. So you have your side too. I'm just doing my own thing.
But who's gonna tell these little toy riders here that this is one way to get fame, and the other way they see to get fame is to go over people?
Yeah, but I go over them too.
So what do you plan to do in the future? You're gonna keep just
Well,
like going over the
way.
people that you've been going over,
I
or
think
you're gonna
tonight-
make peace with some people?
Well, I don't know. People start with me, or they start with my crew. I start going over everything they have. That's it. I'm not like people. You go over one of mine, I go over one of yours. You go over one of mine, I go over everything you're gonna do, ever. Anywhere I can find it, anywhere. And when I catch you, I just beat the shit out of you. That's it.
We always outran the cops and scaled them fences, but we can't outrun each other. We can't play with each other's heads anymore. We'll be the end of our own graffiti.
At one time, we had information that these kids, about 4 or 5 kids, were going to go to a layup area and do some painting. So we went there, and it was nighttime, it's dark, there's no moon out, in dead of winter, and we're waiting and waiting. Finally, we hear a little noise coming up through the bushes, and here come the kids. There are about 20 kids there. If you can visualize it, we're stuck inside the train, the doors are closed, the kids are on the outside, and they're painting away. And the fumes from the aerosol cans are coming up, seeping under the door, getting into our nostrils. We're getting dizzy, we're ready to pass out, and we're saying to ourselves, we better do something now, or else it's going to be too late. We'll have to go to the hospital. So we opened the doors, jumped down, we grabbed about 2 or 3 kids, and we let it be known to them at the time that we want the rest of the people to give us a call. And we gave them our number. The next day, the phone was constantly ringing off the hook, just waiting to just about surrender.
I know where you live at, so I'm gonna pick you up sooner or later. You might as well just give yourself up. And they're really well known for that.
What gives you away is ink in your hands. If you're doing inside, right? So usually, like, you would try to, you try to talk it out. Nah, man, like I dropped something in the track, and I went down there to get it and all that, and you're trying to keep your hands in your pocket like this, and I show your hands. And then he'll tell you, well, let me see your hands. And when you show your hands, if they're inked up, they got an arrest right there for graffiti.
It's up to him. He can comply, or he doesn't have to comply. He can come with me, or he doesn't have to come with me. One way or another, he's going to come with me, though.
Yeah.
You know, I have a job to do. He has fun to do, doing his trains. I have a job to do. Unfortunately, I don't think they have anything to fear from the courts. They have to fear the system itself, the train system. It's dangerous, very dangerous out there. The courts are backlogged with such numbers of violent crime, where this graffiti itself is not a violent crime. It's not a crime against a person, it's a crime against the property. And it has to sit on the back burner.
They know the yards, and they know the layups, they know the system.
Usually I do my pieces in between the lanes, if anything. You only got like a 4-foot distance in between. You gotta stand on 1 foot on one train, 1 leg on the other train. And it's kind of hard to vision the whole piece between 4 feet just to stand back. You gotta get used to it. Once you're used to it, you're able to proportion your pieces to the right size. As far as I know, it takes anywhere between 15 and 20 cans to do a full car. I like to color mine in solid, so I use approximately 20 cans myself. The case is doing it top to bottom. You can either open the window and hang on the windows, open the door, you can hang out the door and fill in the top. Even one time I even used one of those suction cups that, window glass people carry, put in windows. Put it on there, suck it on there, and just hold on to the window as you're painting. Hey, this train I must have painted 2 weeks ago. Brand new, they already painted over it. One solid silver paint job. On the other side, I already have another piece on the other side, as a matter of fact. They paint right over your work. They leave your work in the windows. I hope they're not buffing no more, they're just repainted. Man, this guy used to be king of the line a few years back. Sly 108, alias known as MC. I must have been in this yard in about 75. 75? Yeah, 75, sure. I met Danko 1. He was doing the yard in here. At the time, he was trying to take over again. He didn't quite do it, but that was the first time. And I got raided the first time. Still come back for more, though. It's the excitement in it all.
About the art?
I wouldn't say too much for that. It's just a matter of how many pieces I could put up. I really can't say that it's art. It's just, I don't know, it just keeps me going. I don't know what I'm gonna do after you're not able to go in the yards anymore, after they put up the fences and all. But, as you know, guys, this guy used to be king of the line, Puma 107, right before, no, him and Sly 108 were about the same. There's another piece to my buddies, PJ Sin. It's kind of old, and they clean the windows, dripping from the acid. Comet painted over a PJ. Well, that's what happens. They don't last more than maybe a week if the city doesn't get them.
It would be so cool, like if you could just get a graffiti writer or a young graffiti writer who you think would be like into it, or you just think he'll be writing like for a number of years, and just like film him through his like stages of like, like step 1 and like step 2 or whatever stages he goes through. Just him on the way to the yard that night, and then like him looking for that first piece or whatever. To have like that kind of documentation of a graffiti writer. That would be like a real good film, actually.
Fresh, never stale. Hip Hop Appreciation Week. Respect everyone watching live on the playback. We just chillin'. We celebrating hip hop. As my joint comes to an end, we conclude another day of the Daily Puff. We'll see y'all tomorrow at 4:20 Eastern Time for some more graffiti-themed hip-hop. Peace to Scorpion Winds. What you blazing, homie? Yeah, like I said, I'm blazing on that bluefin tuna. Just because the stream's ended, don't mean you gotta stop puffing. Yeah, Scorpion Winds puffing that OG. Catch y'all tomorrow. Peace to the WC crew. Respect, y'all.